Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. We are going live to a press conference that's underway right now. Bgelow Tea, they are breaking ground on a new 265,000 square foot facility here in Louisville. Let's listen into the very latest.
Thanks to your leadership, the leadership of your team, and most importantly, the leadership of all of your colleagues, you put product first, customers right behind your product, but then you say, let's take care of each other, let's support our community, and let's embrace that spirit of winning, the Bgelow way, the Kentucky way, which is the spirit of winning with integrity. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you for building right here in Kentucky.
That really means a lot. Thank you so much. That does mean a lot. Believe me, I couldn't do what I do without the people around me, whether it's the direct leadership or those that run our plants every day during good times and not so good times. So I really appreciate those words. Next, we're going to have John Hudson up. Also, I want to thank you, too, for your involvement in helping make this thing a reality. So, John, come on up. Really appreciate it.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me here. I just need to proclaim that in a world full of jittery coffee drinkers, I start my day with a cup of tea and have for decades. Get that mellow morning motivation. Today, nice fall day today. I had a hot cup of Constant Comment, delicious with the temperature today, so I recommend that. But I just want to thank Bgelow for making Kentucky an ongoing and growing part of your involvement here. It's a great company. I love these values. I think we try to exemplify that here. And I want your employees to know and your executive team to know that we in the legislature are trying to do what we can to be your partner in this. Let your folks know that we've cut the income tax rate from 6% to 4% in recent years. And we have every intention of voting early in January to cut it another 0.5% next year, 3.5%, making us very competitive with other states. I think it benefits the folks. I like to see people having the opportunity to spend their money the way they see fit. And we also strive to reduce needless business regulations that may hold you back, to let your company do what you do best, which is make a great product, make a reasonable profit, provide jobs for people that they can go home and feed their families and care for them. And that's really the bedrock of Kentucky values. So I thank you for being here, and thank you for making Kentucky a growing part of your operations.
We'll talk a little bit about it. It's definitely a big part of our portfolio is this wonderful facility. Thank you, John, for that. And next, I'm so excited to introduce Craig Greenberg, the Louisville mayor. So are you originally from Long Island? Okay, that's my territory. There you go, baby.
It's been a long time. I don't talk about that much anymore, that part of my early childhood. But it's great to be with you today. It's great to be with you and the entire Bgelow team. Thank you so much for your continued investment in Kentucky. I know that you all have been here for a long time, and to see this next investment, and significant job creation event is so great for our entire city. It's so great for our entire state, and really speaks to the strength of the partnerships that you're hearing and seeing about here today. The strong partnership that the city has with the state, working with Governor Beshear, Lieutenant Governor Coleman, Secretary Knoll, Representative Hogston, and his colleagues in the General Assembly. We are committed to continuing to create jobs, create opportunities, create wealth for families here in Louisville, here in J-Town, Mayor Pike, and all across this entire city. So Cindy and Wayne, and to everyone with Bgelow, thank you so much. Thank you for being great partners, a great company, a great corporate citizen that emphasizes sustainability as a B corporation. I know that you all donate tea to men and women who are serving in our armed forces. Your employees here in Louisville have volunteered at the Home of the Innocents. You all do so much more than just produce great tea. And as an entrepreneur, to read about your story, starting as a family company in 1945, is truly amazing. To still be going strong and to have the great success that you continue to have is amazing. Most businesses do not make it that long and then do not continue to thrive and grow as you all have. And that's what we're hoping to do here in Louisville and around the whole state in partnership with the Commonwealth right here in Louisville is to create more businesses like Bgelow Tea that have the opportunity to start in a kitchen, to start in a garage, to start in a lab, to start in someone's spare bedroom, and to grow into a large growing company like Bgelow Tea that has great values, invests right here in Kentucky, creates good paying job opportunities for everyone. And that's why recently we created the new Louisville Economic Development Alliance. It has great folks like John Hollenbach, who with his partner Greg have been part of the Bgelow story here in Louisville. Thank you for continuing to find great new property for them. But the Louisville Economic Development Alliance is going to continue to support entrepreneurial companies, to support bigger companies that want to grow here in Louisville and throughout our entire state. One of Bgelow's many popular teas is called Peak Energy, and it's designed to give you a boost of energy along with enhanced clarity and focus. That's exactly what our Louisville Economic Development Alliance is focused on, to provide energy, clarity, and focus to entrepreneurs and businesses across our city that want to continue investing in Louisville and Kentucky. So Sydney, Wayne, thank you all so much again. Thanks to everyone with Bgelow. We in the city, I know just like the folks from the state, are here to continue to help to support your growth as you all move forward. Thank you all very much and congratulations.
Did we bring any peak energy here for people to take home? Because everybody wants a little bit now, that is for sure. So thank you for that. That was great. I love the comparison. So now I'm very excited. I get to introduce Mayor Pike. Carol has been wonderful helping us make sure this actually was going to take place. So come on up, Carol Pike.
You know what, Cindy? When I met you today, I said to Matt, I said, she's my kind of person. I like down to earth people. I don't like all that pretenses. And you are real and you're natural. And thank you. And I love it. You know, thank you. And thank you for coming to J-Town. Wow. Does it take a village? And it sure does. One person can't get the job done. And I didn't realize that till I became mayor, and how everybody has a role and everybody has a spoke in the wheel. And if we don't have all of us working together, it just doesn't take place. But today I would like to welcome Jeffersontown and in the Bluegrass Commerce Park. I'd like to also thank Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, Representative John Hodgkins, Jeff Knoll, Mayor Greenberg for taking time to share in the special moment with Bgelow Tea. Bgelow Tea has been a part of Jeffersontown for over 30 years. They have grown with us and now produce over 1 billion tea bags annually. Bgelow Tea has found success in Jeffersontown and is now investing over $70 million with their new 265,000 square foot manufacturing facility, which will double their operation to 2 billion tea bags. As mayor, I could not be happier to have their continued growth in our city. As Ruth Bgelow, founder of Bgelow Tea, said, their tea always received comments, in fact, constant comments, which is now their signature statement. Join me in congratulating Bgelow Tea on their continued success. Thank you for doing business here. Thank you. You're sweet. And I do want a box of that tea. But I need to energize. I need to think through. Loving that. Okay, you heard what she said. To get from 1 billion to 2 billion bags, you all need to be drinking a lot of peak energy and constant comment. Just saying. Okay, so now I'm happy to introduce Matt Monnier, who also I thanked when I got here for all the work that they did to help make this thing happen. Thank you personally again, Matt, for all of that work.
I moved to Jeffersontown a little around 31 years ago, so I came in with you when I moved my family here to Jeffersontown. It's been home ever since. I want to thank everyone for coming here, Lieutenant Governor, mayors, representatives. Appreciate your commitment to our city of Jeffersontown. This past May, we just celebrated our 227th year as a Kentucky city. And so we've always cherished business opportunities in our community. Right now, you're standing in the heart of the Bluegrass Commerce Center, the largest employment center in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It's an exciting place to do business, exciting places for businesses to do business as well. Last year, I had the privilege of touring your current facility just up the road from here and met Cindy for the first time and really learned how Bgelow Tea has grown to America's #1 specialty tea brand right here in the city of Jeffersontown. Also, this past May, I got a little prop here. The Jeffersontown Magazine profiled Bgelow Tea in their business spotlight. And so we got to share with our community how special Bgelow Tea is to Jeffersontown. And really, Jeffersontown truly is where community and commerce meet. So we thank you for your continued investment in our city, and we look forward to your new plan. Thank you.
We did love that article. That was very, very kind. We were happy to have it. All right. I'm just going to finish off before we do our groundbreaking and then some snacks. And I think, as you heard, it was started by my grandmother, Ruth Campbell, in her kitchen 80 years ago. 100% family owned, became family, women owned when my father passed away, unfortunately, last year. I wish you all could have met him. He was unbelievable. The most beautiful human being you could ever meet. And he raised me to be fair, and he raised me to care, and he raised me not to be greedy. So every compliment you give me is because of that man. He was unbelievable. But anyway, I'm happy that I am able to be the third generation. I'm happy to be the owner. I was worried to tell the employees I was the owner because it meant obviously my father had passed. And the joy that I received from them made me feel so good because they realized we had done the right work to be able to pass it to the next generation and not miss a beat. So it is a beautiful company. We do make 2.2 billion bags. And this is our facility that makes 1 billion out of those 2 billion. And again, you guys are going to drink a lot of peak energy till we get to the 2 billion mark. So I have a lot of people I need to thank. First, I do want to thank Ken. Ken, I was going to kid with him. He set this whole thing up. And there's so much that goes into little things like this. Like, where'd this gravel come from? Those are some pretty nice chairs. How about the food? So, Ken, thank you so much for that. I've never even made it this far on the property. I've only been able to make it where the green grass is, and they told me that's a nice piece of property, but I'm not really sure because I haven't made it anywhere near it. This is the closest I came. Short of having those little drones, there was no way I knew what was on this side of it. So I'm very excited that you were able to set this up. The next thank you has to be for my buddy, John Bruins. John, can we just have a round of applause for this young man? And I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, John, I love you. Everyone knows that I love John Bruins. And if you ever want anything done at Bgelow Tea, you just take John Bruins wants it and you get it. But John, you know that's the truth too. It's not fair, unfair. This man has worked tirelessly, and you might have seen it in the press release, talking to every single employee, going to Fairfield, going to Boise, Idaho, talking to everyone in Louisville, over and over to see what did they need. I could, again, just, it's so emotional for me to make sure this was going to be the perfect plant. He did it so many times that I finally banned him from going to any more facilities and asking any more questions because one person would come up with a new thing. Hey, what about? And all of a sudden we're redoing the drawings, right? I mean, you know, you can ask Greg and John, like, what is this? I know there's the word here, collaboration on the Bgelow home, but John is the definition of collaboration. John is the definition of kindness, fairness, intelligence, fun, everything. I can't begin to tell you. When I thought about creating the Bgelow home and I thought about the values, that's one of the people that are the driving factors of what I do. So thank you again, John, for absolutely everything. And lastly, to Greg and John, who we believe, from what you told me, you designed our first facility over here, the 31-year-ago facility, right? And now you're working with this one. This is a little bit bigger, huh? It's a little fancy, huh? So one of the things that was really important for me is the employees. Like, that's what I do. I do this for the employees. I love each and every one of them. Sue can tell you that, right? Trevor, I mean, you guys are my world, really. And so I wanted windows. And they were like, we don't do windows in manufacturing. I go, we do windows now. I was in Germany and I saw windows. And John's like, this is going to be a bad thing. She wants them. And I wanted to make it a really positive place. You're going to work 1,000,000 hours standing on your feet. It's not easy to make tea bags or ship tea bags, right, Wayne? It's not easy to do. So I really wanted it to be a beautiful place. And you guys were so great to listen to all the little crazy nuances of Cindy Bgelow. But it was just a place that I wanted to be so proud of. And I always say we can't pay the most because, you know, we make a tea bag. There's not as much margins. We're not Rolex watches, trust me. But I want to be the best place to work, and that we can do. And then again, also to all of you that work so hard to help us with state and local, programs that we could help afford this 70 million. This is a little expensive. My CFO will tell you. He's like, "You're still doing it?" I'm still doing it. So again, as I said when we started, thank you so much for being here. There's a lot of places you could be, and we might never have an opportunity to cross paths again. But I want you to know how much I appreciate what you have done, what I appreciate what you do every single day. You try to make this county and this world better, which is what I try to do in my small place at Bgelow Tea. So here's to 2.2 billion that we make nationally and making it 2 billion right here alone in Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks, guys. I guess it's the groundbreaking now. What do we go over there? I don't know who's supposed to go over there, but there's a bunch of you that are supposed to go over there and put on your hats and start digging. Then eat. Please eat.
I just need a buffer between me and the cars. That's it.
I'm in between.
This is why. Yeah, I want
So bad. Yes, thank you.
No, you're okay.
I don't know. I think it's just where your hat.